Let's start with when I was little, right? Nobody in my family was really good with money, but for some reason, I always had an interest in it. So when I was about 5 or 6 years old, I started my first business. And that business was, I called it Tiffany's Cafe. And I would go to my grandma, ask her what she was cooking for dinner that night, go and type up a menu, and then I would hand it out at dinner and take people's orders. And it was like, chicken was 25 cents, rice was 10 cents, big numbers for little kids. I would bring it out. And then at the end, I would come around my piggy bank and collect, my money. Um, so that was like my first experience that I remember when it came to money. And then from that point on, I always had some type of business throughout the year. So seventh grade, my hustle was buying and selling books on Amazon because I love to read. So I was like, oh, well, how can I make sure I have a never ending flow of books? I can buy and sell on Amazon. So I would buy them and then I would sell them back used. And then I would use that money to invest into the next book and so on and so forth. And then when I was 16, I remember having a business doing cheesecakes. I would make cheesecakes. And at that time, I was working at CVS. And so I would bring my little cheesecake samples. I don't know if this was legal or not, but my manager said it was fine. So we're good. I would bring my little cheesecake samples and have the customers sample and they would order my cheesecakes. And so that was my business at that time. And so I've always had something going on as it relates to money. And then I also remember being little and cutting out coupons